Just mentioned, right, about the human rights violation case. You know, this is historic in that aspect. I believe it was your voice that I heard on that presser asking, you know, how is this going to change things moving forward? Well, I mean, you heard it just in that video. You heard the burning, and you know what? Right here, you can actually see the aftermath of that fire. We watch the games. We see the hits on the field. But how is it impacting them off the field? What health vulnerabilities are athletes opening the door to? It's one thing to address your fears before stepping into a plane. But what
coping skills are helpful for anxiety when you're already in the clouds?
Today was a really big focus on just those business partnerships, growing those, so that there is this pipeline to sustainability. Talk to me about that and why that's so important to you.
Well, everybody's got to work together. You know, we cannot just depend on any one entity.
There's been a lot of information that's been coming in, and I think that just for transparency, it's important for viewers to know that Governor Patrick Morrisey earlier tonight released a statement saying that the 2 West Virginia guardsmen did not survive the shooting. Within minutes, he backtracked that statement, saying that he had conflicting reports. Now, I've personally been trying to get a one-on-one with Governor Patrick Morrisey, but he's not made himself available. He's not answered reporters' questions. NASA now planning to put a nuclear reactor on the moon by 2030. Officials say that the U.S. it needs to beat China and Russia, who aim to build their own reactor by 2036.
See the magic 8-ball here?
I feel like we need a drum roll here.
It's an important one. Let's see what the answer is here, if we can get it.
I can't read that.
He had visits with the Bengals and with the Buccaneers. So,
wow.
Yeah, your Cincinnati Bengals who could use some defense.
Now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I was like, all right, let's see how it is. Well, I mean, we're quite literally up in the air over here. Photojournalist Colton, who is holding the camera right now, he loves this ride. That one's a little much for me. Here's a little bit more my pace.
I mean, this is where the fun's going to be at because people are just crowding around. They look great. Well, at least on paper. But this project, it has many residents worried about flooding. I know I've been sharing and posting those photos from the sheriff's office this week with those updates. And now we can tell you tonight that he has been found alive. Anna Saunders is live in studio with that story. And Anna, I mean, just lots of relief in Putnam County tonight. Soon, here on Lee Street, they'll be able to respond to a crisis of their own. After taking care of everybody else, they'll be able to take care of one another. I mean, this was an incredibly emotional trial, and we just being able to listen into that presser, we were able to catch some of that emotion that we heard, especially when we were hearing from the Kanawha County prosecutor. Talk to me, what was it like being in that room during that press conference when that verdict came? So free-flowing traffic right now, but drivers, I mean, pack your patience. Thank you, Doug. And as he just said, right now on your screen, we are getting a live look at Monmouth Beach in New Jersey, where the wind is picking up and the waves are gaining power because of a nor'easter. You can really see, I mean, just look at the American flag. You can really get an idea of just how fast those winds are moving. Well, thank you so much for joining us here at 5:30. We are back with yet another day of exciting bike competition in the streets of Charleston, and we got team coverage for you. People were moving. They had stuff above their head. They had light sticks. I mean, it was electric. Electric doesn't even cover the feelings and the emotions inside that room. Thank you so much, Gina. The top of my mind is just why Donald Lance was only guilty of the 12 of the 16 charges he was facing. I want to learn more about the jury's deliberation. And as you guys can see, we've got cameras inside that room. We're actually going to take a listen right now to what they have to say. A second woman has now filed a federal lawsuit alleging she was repeatedly sexually abused and harassed by a former Kanawha County Sheriff's deputy who, get this, already faces criminal charges in another case. From assisting with immigration raids, you can see as more and more people are continuing to fill the streets. Time I saw it, I checked it on Facebook right before coming on here, over 170 shares, countless comments on this post. Sticking with planes, the Trump administration now accepting a Boeing 747 gifted by the Qatari royal family. The gift now being a source of controversy for ethical and also security concerns. We first told you on Monday about a troubling audit of the state's child welfare system, which found that 91% of abuse and neglect cases, they weren't handled properly. Get this. The way that officers were actually able to make this arrest is because of a tip from a suspect's own mother and security video that was posted on social media. Has she been excited, or is this something nerve-wracking when you think about it?
I think by now she's used to it.
She's used to it. She's like, it's the 4th year here. I've got it going on. So I'm guessing you know Aubrey as well. I'm going to come around and swing around here.
Yes, I'm Mama.
Oh, Mama. So are you very proud to see this?
I am very proud.
Yeah, I remember I looked to you and I was like, is that a marching band? And you were like, yep, yes it is. We now know that crews responded after a truck drove into a building. This all happening in St. Albans. And for the first time ever, China now sending a submarine to Russia, all for joint military exercises. Keep in mind, this is just days after President Trump deployed 2 nuclear submarines in response to Russian threats over Ukraine. What do you think is going to be the solution? Is there a solution?
I would like to see the state look further into how we could better mainstream mental health.
They are still on the job, all without a paycheck. This is what leads me to my very next point. I wanted to ask you, how is it impacting you? Anna was texting me as she was there saying that they worked through lunch. So we're going to keep you guys updated. We're going to have more for you right after this break. Michael Garrison is a 23-year-old cyclist competing in the USA Cycling Pro Road National Championship. Although Garrison has an impressive resume racing nationally and internationally, his love for the sport, it stems from his family.
I started cycling because of my parents.
Garrison's dad proposed to his mom at the end of a week-long bike ride. His dad passed from cancer when he was just 8 years old, but the love of cycling still pedals through his veins.
Would you say that your parents just overall had a big influence in this?
Entirely. I think even losing my dad, like being raised just by my mom, we were raised with a lot of work ethic and a lot of discipline.
And instead of spending the week in a hotel, Garrison decided to go local, moving in with the host family here in Charleston.
Our family is actually a blended family of 6. So it's actually, when you add somebody else to the mix, it's just like, hey, it's another person.
They call me his adopted son.
Which way is that, number 7?
Yeah, that would be it. Yeah.
Number 7 of this whole family?
It just another kid helps out. Why not?
The Showalters, who also share a love for cycling, opened their home to Garrison, cheering him on during this pivotal moment in his career. Eric Showalter says these professional athletes have strict routines. Living with a host family allows them to get in the right rhythm before a race.
They get the opportunity to have a garage that they can work on their bikes in or adjust accordingly to how the race course is, things of that nature. They've got somebody local that can help with resources, with groceries, things of that nature. I think it helps to have a kitchen.
You know, we get to travel to all these places, and a lot of times we're just cooped up in hotel rooms, you know, on our own. To be able to interact with Eric and his family, and it just to feel so much like normal life, and as well as meeting new people, getting to meet his kids and his dogs and his cats, and you know, it really takes your mind off the racing to be in such a positive environment, having fun together, and not really worrying too much about the pressure or the stress that a big event like this has.
Garrison's biking to big goals, shifting gears to win a national title. And to do that, it takes the right gear.
What's called a disc wheel. This is all carbon fiber, pretty high-tech Formula One level stuff. And then we have the aero bars up here, so we ride in a really shrugged position. Your elbows down, shrug your shoulders. It's more of a workout on the shoulders too.
Take a look at this. It's quite literally a computer that provides real-time performance data. But at the end of the day, it's not about the gadgets or even the title. For Garrison, it's about the young eyes watching.
I want to show kids that there's no one pathway in sport, and that if you believe in yourself and you surround yourself with positive individuals, you can really do anything you want.